Okay, I'm back. Let's throw that little bit of trash off there. So, anyway, weather's turned out beautiful. It gets like close to 80. I think it's supposed to be 85 today. That's the reason I put shorts on. Been wearing jeans because it's normally been getting up there close to 80. So I haven't been doing anything strenuous. And so anyway, I'm going over. I meant to bring you along there yesterday because I was doing some kind of exciting things. Neighbor over there where I was demoing those office trailers. He had an old wheel disc out there that just rusting away. So I was looking for projects, and so he said, "What are you gonna do with that old disc? Take it if you want it. Clean this area up here." So it's got a hydraulic cylinder on it. It's a wheel disc. I think it's 12 foot, and that'll be a little project because one of the gangs back there, I don't know what happened to it, but anyway, it got bent. So I'll be taking it apart, fixing it, and maybe give it a coat of paint. It's made by Birch Plow Works out of Evansville, Indiana, I think it was. Never heard of a Birch, and I could see paint on there where it used to be blue, but I've never heard of Birch farm equipment. But why I need a disc, I don't need a disc, but I figured it'd be a nice little project. Clean up and maybe give it a paint job or whatever. Well, I don't know, we'll see. And then he had another long 18 foot narrow old trailer over there, and he was going to scrap it also. So I was thinking about, well, that'd be a perfect little walkway bridge across the creek down through there, so the kids, grandkids and stuff play with or whatever, play on or jump off of or whatever. So I threw it up on top, got it home. So we went and measured the creek there. It's measuring 18 foot, and I'll have to put an extension on there because the creek's wider than that. So, but that's something on the way back burner. I didn't see sense of scrapping it. Sure they use it for something. So, but anyway. And then, like I said, I went ahead and walked the Traco down to this is the same guy, to his property, which is just down the road, and got it parked up there underneath the shade tree. And so I figured, well, I gotta come shoot if it's done. Well, that's all right. Air conditioning, I got I got a bigger leak. It was just leaking like 2 cans a season, a whole year or whatever originally, and now it's leaking a whole lot worse. So I got some of that dye, you squirt in there, and I meant to put the air conditioning stuff in. I was down at Walmart yesterday and picked up, the day before yesterday, picked up a battery for my old Yeller that was on the last video. So anyway, I was going to put the air conditioning equipment in the truck here, but like I said, I'm only about 2 miles away. So we'll see how the time goes. Daughter and And grandkids are coming in today on the way now. So we'll see how this oil leak job turns into. I got to take a part of the belly pan off that's underneath the engine so I can get up in there. And I'm not going to be doing any wood clearing and anything else, so but I might leave that off until I get back home. But of course, over there, way up over there, see that is my place, and this is the new bridge. And the neighbor here, he's been on vacation, rides horses and stuff, and so he's got some property in Tennessee, the mountains, so they go up there, take the horses and do side by side and this and that. So he's coming back next week, so we're gonna go through these mobiles. There's where I fixed there this spring. The pond is overflowing, so washed all this out, and this is a big culvert I put in last year, year before last. See, you put those steel posts there to keep debris and everything to get up in there. So that's his little cabin over there. And I cut this down earlier this spring with the Big Yellow Friend. So this is the emergency spillway. So basically the water's supposed to go over that and not over the dam, taking all the rock off the driveway, putting it down there in the woods. So here's what I'm talking about. Here's these old, man, I thought I'd be in the shade. These old office trailers. So there's a bunch of them. So I'm sure what we're going to do is, he didn't want me to dig a hole and bury, you know, or dig a hole and burn what will burn. I don't know what the deal is. I told him, but he said he didn't really want to do that. So brother-in-law kind of running the landfill, so he brought me a bunch of 40 yard dumpsters, and what I do, I just crunch it up like you've seen in my videos, and I don't know, I think it ended up being nine of those loads. So the scrap people said they would take them, but you have to take them to them. But the problem is they're not roadworthy. So I say we'll set up over there. That would be the ideal place, is right there, right in here. Set up there and go to work on demoing them. But let's see where I want to be. They shouldn't be working. They don't work on Saturdays. So I think I'll turn around here. Yep, there's a bunch of them. Is that a daggone? It is. It's an old hornet's nest. Huh. Let's see what he wants for that old side by side. That looks like a nice little project the grandkids could have fun with. And back up to it so my tools will be there. That should work. Alright, let's see what we got to work with back here. Sure, this would be in the shade, but you can see the oil. Let me see. I'll get my flashlight here and the mirror. And this rug. Wife is going to throw this away, so it come in handy for these projects. This cylinder here is next to go into the cylinder shop and have it rebuilt. That one is still seeping, and that's one I just had done. And I don't know what the deal is with that, so I'll be asking him what's the deal with that. Man, that's a nice little rug, especially for this kind of work. As you can see, there's not much room. Insulation's kind of coming apart. I wish I would have took the time and ordered new insulation here for this, because it's just about impossible magnet. Get over here. Because right down in there is where the oil leaks at. Coming from up in here. I think it's that gasket right there on that sending unit. There's the air conditioner, and that's what I'm thinking. See that dust and dirt right around the fittings right there? It's either right here where they bolt up, or these hoses where I got the hoses made. But that looks like, you can see how that oils.
It's fresh. Been running down the side of the block. And it's all clean all the way up to there. Kind of like spraying or something. It's different coming from that area. I could start it up, I guess. I don't know if it's going to leak with the oil being cool. We'll see. Oh my gosh, that's a... See right there? See, this is supposed to have insulation all up here too. And I never could figure that out. You would think that I could grind that off. Okay. Or get some insulation put back on here. But you would think they wouldn't want all that insulation in there. It looks like it'd be cooking. But yeah, I should have went ahead and ordered it while the engine was out. It'd been real easy to replace it. And of course, everything you buy from Caterpillar is very, very expensive. Tell you what, let's go ahead and start this up. Let's see if we can find out exactly what that is leaking there. I did notice a little coolant leak also. I haven't really figured that out yet. thinking that's what that is. You can see it. It was leaking right around that oil pressure sending unit. And I was hoping, I said, well, I hope that's just loose. And I put a wrench on it. Of course, I forgot to bring any metric wrenches. This is all metric. And that is loose. So I thought I went around, before I put the engine in, went around and checked and made sure everything was tight, because the mechanic that he had working for him at the time, this particular engine came out of a triaxle dump truck, and it was supposed to have been freshly overhauled. That's what I heard. Then I got this tag here. This is 1987. So it's telling me, and this is a 1992, 93. I think it was built in 92, sold in 93. Excavator. Same engine, 3116. And it's supposed to have been freshly overhauled. And a lot of times when they overhaul, they'll put a stamp on it. So it looks to me like it was overhauled in 1987. And basically this engine's older than the unit here. But I didn't have the camera back then, but this engine sat behind the excavator, and a neighbor farmer, not this one, about 3 miles straight that way, it sat in a gravel pit. And so he told me about it the year before I bought it, and told me he had it, said the engine was blowed up in it and stuff. So, and I was thinking, you know, for one thing, I thought he would want way too much money, more than what I'd want to spend. And then another thing is, what the heck I need with an excavator? But turned out I needed an excavator pretty bad. So anyway, this engine set, and it was covered up. It sat right behind the machine back here. And of course this whole compartment was all empty. I did take the pressure washer over there because it was all, I mean, coated with oil. So I took the pressure washer over there and cleaned it all up. But before I did that, I wanted to see if this engine was any good, if it started up. So I took the backhoe over there, loaded this engine up on my little trailer, and brought it over to the house. And I stuck a fuel can for feed and return up to it, and put a couple batteries there, jumped across the starter, and it took right off. And this is the throttle right here. So I've got some videos when I took with my phone, so I need to put them on there and put everything I got, what I did on this engine. But anyway, yeah, it fired right up, revved it up and everything, shut her down. And then the next day, my neighbor with the came and helped me. Not this one here, but the next door neighbor. And of course all this, the radiator, oil cooler, and that's one, another thing is he had the radiator all rotted out and all brand new. He had the oil cooler all rotted out and like brand new. Had brand new muffler for it. He had him put a brand new oil pump. Supposedly this motor was in that triaxle dump truck, and it rolled over. And so he had the farmer owner had the mechanic at that time put a new oil pump in it,
new water pump, new everything. I've got another 300 amp alternator, but that he said that alternator didn't work, but it's been working fine. That's the original alternator and stuff on there. So we went over there the next day, and of course all this was out. That door there was off, that all there was out, so it was just a straight in shot here. And the pump was on it back there, you can see it. And so anyway, we stabbed it in there, and then the next day I went over there in the morning and finished buttoning it up. I think I put the radiator in, the oil cooler, hooked the wires up, blah blah blah, starter wires and this and that, and then fired it up and drove it home. So anyway, that's the story. So anyway, what's leaking here, what looks like to me is that sealing unit was not tight. So what I want to do is I snugged it up a little bit, but what I want to do is I want to take it off and put some thread tape on it, and we'll hope that will take care of that issue. Unplug it. I think I want it to lay on my belly to unplug it. But yeah, I get in a hurry a lot of times, and like I said, I should have went ahead and got new insulation put on it because I knew the engine ran good. Yeah, I unscrewed that by hand. It's oil sending unit. Oh, it's got an O-ring on it, looks like. Yep, got an O-ring on it. So just needs snugged up. The O-ring looks good. I think that's what I'll do, is just try to snug it up. I didn't bring my O-ring kit over. But yeah, I should have went ahead and put new insulation in. But I was just in a hurry. Where the heck was that at? The Caterpillar was made in Japan. Caterpillar it's got a factory over there
And according to the serial number and everything, when I first got it, Caterpillar was able to look it up. Said, yeah, it was built, I think, in 92, and didn't get sold till 93. And wasn't too long. Somebody, company bought it, construction company bought it over there in Japan. Let's see, and then it ended up over here in the United States. And I forgot what year that was, but it was not too long after it was built. Put all new fuel lines on it, all the way to the tank, because they was all, I was real afraid of it because it was all laying in oil down there. And rubber and oil don't mix. That should do it. And you know what the number one culprit of excavators getting destroyed? Fire. That is fastened there. I was going to check it. Because that's when I've changed oil on it last. I looked up in there and I thought it was coming from this, where that thinning unit is actually fastened to the block. I thought, well, it might be it. That's tight. Might be a gasket there. Ouch. I don't know why I didn't think about. Yeah, it's tight. So it looks to me like that's what it was. I don't think I got any big enough wrenches. Might go on home, get that air conditioning stuff. Let's see if I can tighten them up. They got O-rings in there. But, yeah, that won't go tighten, open it up enough. Now that one I can't get a wrench to. I still haven't figured out what that is for. Hmm. Wrong size. Looks like we got something seeping over here too. A little bit. And that looks like a it's tight. That looks like it's loose. It looks like a gasket. There's a cover there. It looks like the gasket between it. Looks like it's seeping a little bit. Oil. The air conditioner belt's a little loose. It's been squealing. Let me get a bigger crescent wrench. Can't get to that. One on the bottom anyway. Yep, that's not even the right size. And it was loose. It turned a little bit. It's in a ridiculous place. That was quite a bit loose. I'm hoping that's what it was. I'm gonna have to get the oil pan, loosen it a little bit to get this one here, I think. That bracket loose. Probably what caused it to loosen up. Vibrating. Can't get that to move. Like 7/16. This guy right back here.